Yo, got to speed fast because it's the introduction to a YouTube video, and that's what all YouTube video is to do. Yes, I know, I've got sunglasses on, they're not sunglasses, the glasses, and there's no Steve with me today because I'm going to photograph a waterfall. See you in a bit. Yo, Jovial campers, sorry it's been ages since we have been on. Again, like every single time we do a video, we've just been massively busy, and that's basically just due to my work and Steve's work, and obviously family life, which comes priority number one every single time. So basically what I'm going to do is now talk to you about the gear that I'm taking on this waterfall photography trip. I say waterfall like this because it's a bit of cascading water somewhere that's not too far away from me, and I just want to practice getting that kind of smoky effect whilst taking a photograph. Now, yeah, I've done it once or twice before, but not really to any sort of professional level. What I'm hoping to do is get these to add to my landscape portfolio. I'll put a link in the description below to my landscape portfolio. Again, I'm not a professional landscape photographer. I'm a wedding and portrait photographer. I like photographing families and couples and people and events because that's where my passion lies. This is basically just something that I do for fun, and hopefully I can learn with you along the way, and hopefully you can get something out of this too. So what I'm taking, I am taking, first of all, the Sony A7 III camera. Awesome camera, use it professionally in body stabilization. There's loads of videos online showing you how awesome this camera is, but you can do this on a Canon and a Nikon and things like that, so don't worry, it's not body specific, this shoot. I'm also taking the Tamron 28-75 lens for no other reason than that it's new and I want to take it everywhere with me at the moment. f2.8, awesome lens. Again, have a look online. The reviews are immense of this lens. I'm also taking the Canon 17-40L lens. Now, Canon, you may think, Canon and Sony. Well, you're probably not thinking it with that voice. Yeah, so I'm using a Sigma MC11 adapter, which basically converts it from a Canon mount to a Sony E mount, and that will basically give me majority of the functionality of a standard E mount lens, which is really nice. What I've also done, because we're going to be doing some long exposures for the waterfall, hopefully I'm going to get some kind of trailing water and some cool effects going on. I've also popped a ND8 filter on the front there, ND8, 8 stops of light taken out, and a polarizing filter which basically takes out the sheen and the shine. If you imagine seeing through water, that's what a polarizing filter does. I have a quick check online as well. There's quite a few people that would explain how a polarizing filter works a lot better than I can. And then also, again, because this is new, I want to take this with me, but this is in a lot of landscape photographers' bags, which is a 70-200. Again, most of the brands do it: Tamron, Sigma, Canon, Sony. This is the Sony 70-200, just in case I want to isolate something in something. You could have like a wide vista that this would capture, but it might get something that you don't want in shot. Whereas this, you can isolate that thing that you really like without getting all the rest in, or without having to crop in post-production and losing megapixels because you've had to crop in. So they're the things that I'm taking. I'm taking a few more spare filters, graduated filters and things like that, so I can pop them on there just in case the sky is blowing out or doing any silly stuff. Again, just as a backup, I'm not hoping I don't have to use them. Some spare SD cards just in case. It's attached to the bag, so I'm not going to move it, but the tripod, the Manfrotto, it's a new brand, Manfrotto tripod, all going in the bag. We're going to take a trip out to a place called Goit Stock, that's it, Goit Stock Waterfall. Beautiful place, and I shall see you there. Just checked online, and I think this could be hilarious, to be fair. It said a lot of the things to check for before you go is that it's just rained. Now, it hasn't rained not properly for about a week. It could just be Goit Stock trickle. No through road, parking for residents only, parking residents only, private drive, private road, steer clear. Do not come down here, this is the bog of eternal stench. Take note, people, these are all the way down. Hallisall Farm authorised vehicles will be towed. We expect accept no responsibility for damage. So remember that, people. They'll tow your car, but it doesn't tell you how they're going to tow it. Probably just pop it on the end of a tractor bit. And there's another sign here that asks if you want to start yoga, and it says, start by bending over and picking up your dog poo, known as a downward dog position. Then put it in the bin. Yeah, pick your dog poo up. There's a sign just come down that hill, and there's a sign that says footpath there. Of course there is, it's a footpath. However, cross the bridge. Keep going over the bridge until you get to another sign that says Goit Stock and Senior Wear. I don't know about you, but I've not seen many waterfalls in my life. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a young couple just there, just having a moment, arm in arm. I'm not going to get them to move. Guess it's not nice, but that is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. So I think I'm probably going to start with the 70 to 200. Okay, so I am stood in the water. Nice. So as you can see, I've got my camera set up. I am at ISO 50. ISO 100 is fine, but mine goes down to 50. Some cameras go down to 50. That's fine as well. I'm at f22. That's the highest aperture that my lens will go to. Some go higher, some don't go that high. And I am at 2 seconds exposure time without filters on the 70 to 200 at 70mm, and I'm getting some pretty epic results, to be fair. So by the time I've banged a filter on it and taken some photographs with the wider lens, I think I'm going to be getting some pretty amazing pools of water and smoky effects, but I'll show you on the back of the camera what this looks like. There's my initial exposure, 2 seconds, f22. The white balance is set at 0, and so the exposure compensation is set at 0, and the ISO is at 50. I'm focused directly on the waterfalls themselves, and that's nice. That's super nice. I think I'll probably even get away with a little bit longer exposure. Let's just give it a go while we're here, eh? Might as well. Let's go to 3 seconds, and let's give that a go. I've also put on a timer, so there's no vibrations. Yeah, get away with that with Sony. Yeah, so I put on a timer. It's on a 2 second timer, so then there's no vibrations from me pressing the shutter, because it's such a long shutter speed. 3 seconds is a long time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move from here, maybe get a few more shots, post them up, and then get some wider angle shots for you a little bit later on. See you in a bit. You can hear me with the sound of the waterfall. It's pretty intense, but don't be afraid to try places where you didn't think your tripod would go. It's quite clever as a tripod. Check this. Yeah? It's not just for making things sturdy on the flat ground. You can also put different levels on, and then you can get better kind of, or more interesting compositions like this. You know, that's just literally out of camera, and I really like that as a composition, so I've taken a few photographs of it with the filters on and the polarizing filter, because it's too obvious to go down low. I mean, I've done that shot because, you know, you have to while you're here, but it's too obvious to go down low.
That's what everyone will do. There's also a nice little flat piece of bedrock just there, which I'm guessing has had 1,000 tripods on it. So don't be scared to go a little bit different with your compositions. Sometimes the obvious one works for a reason, but sometimes the other ones just haven't been explored yet, so check them out as well. So I've got the shots that I want, I think. You never really 100% know until you're back at the computer. And all of them taken with a slow release shutter, so down to about 30 seconds with the filters on, but I still managed to get, I don't know, a good 2 seconds out of the lens without filters on, which compressed the waterfall quite nicely. So that's all doable. If you haven't got filters, then you can totally come down on a dull day like today. You probably don't see it on the GoPro, but you know, it's still quite dull. I think on a bright sunny day you'd struggle, you really would struggle. So what I'm going to do now I'm done in essence, and there's only a short walk back to the car, I'm going to have a just walk around with the lens in my hand and see what kind of extra shots I can get that I weren't planning on getting. This is so beautiful around here, and I'm guessing there's some really super walks as well, so probably one to come back to in the future. If you've got any questions, ask in the comments below. I never want to preach to anybody. This is not necessarily the only way to be able to do this kind of photography. There's lots of other different techniques. If you've got techniques, then share them with everybody. And what also would be really nice is if I could see some of your images on our Facebook site. So if you search for Jovial Campers on Facebook, send us some of your waterfall shots or some of your photographs, some of your walking expeditions. Always lovely to see people's work and other people's handiwork. So yeah, I'm going to take a few photographs and I'll be back with you shortly. I got so excited about that waterfall that I forgot about the first one, which is equally as stunning but for different reasons. Might not be able to pick it up on the GoPro. I'll get closer in a minute. It's beautiful. So I'm balanced precariously on a rock in the middle of the waterfall bit. Just makes you happy, doesn't it, doing photos? If you do photos and this is your thing, it just makes you smile. If you don't do photos, go and try it. Borrow a mate's camera, rent some lenses, just give it a go. It's a great thing to just be out enjoying the peacefulness. Awesome, I love it. Well, that was a bit of a slope. It's been a long while since I've climbed up something, but certainly worthwhile going to. Beautiful part of the country, hidden away, you'd never just happen to come across it. There's no signpost for it or anything. Goit Stock Waterfalls. Certainly worth the checking out. Turned out to be quite a fine day. There's not much detail in the clouds, but got a couple of nice shots. There's one, somebody's put a statue up against the wall. It just looks like a young boy frozen in time, in stone, having a whip against the wall, which is quite amusing. Quite like it. Anyway, from God's own country, signing off. Stay good, leave it as you found it, and see you in a bit. Bye.